All right, what's up, everybody? It's your girl Dot Moore here, and this is the first installation of my series where we are breaking down my songs, song by song, and I have a special guest here today with me. He's my co-writer on this entire project, the Brandon Lewis. What's up? Talk to the people,
up, guys?
Brandon.
What's up? I'm glad to be here.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about these songs.
I'm so excited. We've been working on this music since what? It was August 2025.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's been a few months ago.
It's been a few months ago, but I just can tell you this journey has been amazing. Working with you has been a dream, y'all. And so that's why I thought it'd be cool to get here. Let's do a podcast style and kind of break these songs down, talk about them. First of all, Brandon is just amazing. He's an artist, a creative. He's somebody that I've completely revered in this space. And so just the idea of us getting together excited me. I knew instantly when I wanted to do this that I wanted to work with you.
Yeah.
I think my first question before we get started, because we're going to hop into these questions. First question is, what inspired you to do this record with me? What gave you the motivation to say yes?
First, let me say thank you for
You're
the great intro.
Thank you.
What inspired me to do the album with you?
Mm-hmm.
It was we were past due for a creative process. We were long overdue to work on a creative process together, and whether it had been one song or an album, you know, we were just overdue to being able to get in the studio and actually do some quality work. So I felt like the level of commitment that I could bring to the album at this particular time was kind of set in stone through the interactions we had at the writers camp that we did together.
Talk about it.
Right. So the energy was there. And then, like I told you before, even before we started writing, I felt like I could commit to actually being there for that album and carving out that time, you know, weekly to make sure that we move record to record and that things don't get stagnant or misplaced. And we know how the creative process can be with professionals that are working in the spaces. It's hard to kind of stay in the same space for a consistent amount of time. So we committed to that. We did it.
We did. Yes. We started this journey. It was from a writing camp. We'll piggyback on that. The writing camp was just this cool situation where different writers in the city were brought together to bang out some songs for Sync. And Mackenzie, shout out to Mackenzie, who's also a heavy hitter.
Mackenzie.
Yeah, OG Mackenzie. Got me in on that. I saw Brandon there and I was like, yo, let me pull you to the side.
Yeah.
I'm about to work on an album. I need you on this album. We stood in the hallway and for like 30 seconds came up with like something that quick. I don't even know. It was like 30 seconds. I was like, yeah, this gonna be good.
Exactly. Yeah. Oh yeah, you played me something. You played me an audio. Yeah.
Played you an audio and we went from there. So, all right, we'll hop into it. The first song that we ever recorded is the song that we're going to talk about. The first single of the album. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy. Yeah.
How did that work? Like, I don't know. And from then, Brandon.
It's full circle. Yeah,
it is.
sure.
And we also said that this was probably going to be the single, the first single. How did we know that?
You know what? I'm not gonna say we knew because we didn't really know, but we affirmed it, you know, and I kind of put that in my notes. I put that in my notes, so I don't know if we want to, you know, jump into it or not. But just the fact that this was the first song that we wrote on the album, and then, like you said, it becomes the single. I think the energy that we put into making sure this first record set the pace, just for us as writers and creatives in the studio, we wanted to make sure that it was truly a good match in terms of making sure we get the right type of product and the right type of songs started for you. And this song really set the pace.
Yeah.
You know? It's still clearly setting the pace.
I mean, you know, it was important for me to work with you because I knew that I wanted to have a different approach for my sound moving forward. Yeah. I know everybody, you know, kind of identifies me with singing big and having a boisterous voice, which I love. That is me, is my signature, but it's not all of who I am. And so I think you were very vital in helping me pull these other elements out. And what we started was the start. After we finished the song, we was like, this is a sound. That's what I wanted. I wanted a sound, you know?
No, we did that.
I'm excited. All right, so I think I want to play a little bit. Let's play the first verse. Let's kind of talk about it. Let's break it down, see where we got the inspiration from. And yeah, we'll go from there. Another interesting thing is that we don't really write. Like we don't really write. We freestyle. We kind of There's no pen and paper in the studio. We kind of
say that one more time, back.
We don't write. We don't write. When we together, we link. We don't write. We get to the mic and we let it flow. Like it's just a lot of professional chemistry. There's a lot of like respect there and trust, which I think you did a really good job helping me trust you because I have never done this before. I've never written with nobody.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's major.
Never written with nobody. He helped me trust him. So we'll start off. We'll listen to the song a little bit and kind of dive into the lyrics. Y'all ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
We're not kids anymore. No time to be childish. We're both working overtime. Now we're trying to keep love where we found it. Sometimes you know life be life, but you know where to find me. I'll be right here beside you.
We got some stuff to talk about. First of all, how real is it to start a song like that?
Yeah, put it on the floor.
Like,
That's
how
right.
real is it? We not kids anymore.
That's right.
Cut this bullshit out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was your line.
That's a strong first line.
That's a strong first line.
It's an attention grabber. It definitely grabbed the listener's ear.
It did. And this came after like moments of like just humming melodies and trying to figure out what would be best. And that was a strong first line. What made you come up with that line?
Just the art of storytelling. So that, you know, the part how we even came up with the song title.
Come on, tell it.
When you think about the word started, I had to go get us some water for the studio. I didn't know what we were gonna call the song title, but I do destination writing, so I come up with a strong song title first.
Yeah.
So on the way to get the water, I was like, "This is where we started." So where we started becomes the concept then, and then we make it relatable to a greater idea than just me walking and going and something being started. But that word was the stimulator for when I come back to the studio. I say, "I got it," you know.
Which is crazy. Y'all learning something that I did not know. I had no idea.
Yeah, that's what happened.
No
that's
idea.
What happened, Doc. Yeah, on the way to get that water for the studio session. Yeah.
So you were just inspired by going to get that water. Look how easy that is, writers. Yeah. Like every writer out there, everybody that wants to get into songwriting, just know how easy it is to be inspired by anything. Don't count nothing out. You know what I mean? That trip to the store helped him come up with a title, which came up with a song that we absolutely love. So I love that. That's great advice. What advice would you give other songwriters at just, I don't know, learning how to grab from everywhere?
Sure. Yeah, be open and vulnerable. You know, I think we live in such a world right now that creators may feel like it's hard to be totally vulnerable to everything that's going on around them. They have to compartmentalize things, but I'm a conduit to the creative process. Mm-hmm. So, you know, I'm always looking in the cosmos for the next idea, the next concept, the next strong thing that I feel like could be the most relatable, you know, to the most amount of people. So everybody kind of starts something, right? Yeah. So on a subconscious level, if you just allow things to come to you and come through you, it can work out for you.
I like that. And you as a writer, we'll go to my next question because I think it's good to go there. Let's see. You as a writer though, Brandon, what is your process with working with other writers? And then we'll kind of go into the first half of that song and how we were able to do that together.
What's my process working with other writers?
Yeah. And what was the approach with working with me specifically?
Right. Let's get Let's be specific. You know, I always talk about scenario based when I'm working with creatives and artists in the studio because everybody's personalities are different. Mm-hmm. So with your personality and just knowing how professional you've been your entire career, the level of quality that you expect to get out of the processes that I knew we were going to go through, again, even being able to commit to that in that moment to get the quality that we wanted. I wanted to make sure that we just brought all the tools to the table that I felt like we had been crafting over my career to like pour into your album. Because in terms of vocally, you know, no shame to any artist that I've ever worked with.